Italy. The word itself conjures images of sun-drenched vineyards, ancient ruins, and charming cobblestone streets. It had been a lifelong dream, a whispered promise to myself, and this year it was finally happening. My name is Helena, and this is the story of my Italian adventure. From the moment I stepped off the plane, a wave of excitement washed over me. The air, infused with the aroma of freshly baked bread and citrus blossoms, whispered promises of adventure. I was ready to wander through the Colosseum, lose myself in Florence, glide through Venice's canals, and bask in the beauty of the Amalfi Coast. This wasn't just a trip, it was a pilgrimage to a land that had captured my heart long before I even set foot on its soil. Rome, the eternal city, welcomed me with open arms and historical grandeur. Standing in the shadow of the Colosseum, I felt a tangible connection to the past. The layers of history visible in every brick and archway were awe-inspiring. From the Colosseum, I wandered through the Roman Forum, picturing the bustling heart of the Roman Empire. The Pantheon, with its awe-inspiring dome and oculus open to the heavens, took my breath away. But Rome wasn't just about ancient ruins. It was also about indulging in the present moment, savoring the simple pleasures of Italian life. I spent my days exploring hidden trattorias, sipping espressos at charming cafes, and indulging in the creamiest gelato. The energy of the city was infectious, a vibrant mix of ancient and modern. Florence, the birthplace of the Renaissance, was a feast for the senses. Everywhere I looked, masterpieces beckoned. The Duomo, with its intricate facade and iconic dome by Brunelleschi, dominated the skyline. Crossing the Ponte Vecchio felt like stepping back in time. The tiny shops lining the bridge, once home to butchers, now housed artisans selling exquisite jewelry and leather goods. No visit to Florence would be complete without experiencing the artistic treasures housed within its walls. I lost myself in the Uffizi Gallery, marveling at Botticelli's Birth of Venus and Leonardo da Vinci's Annunciation. The Galleria dell'Accademia, home to Michelangelo's David, was equally awe-inspiring. But Florence wasn't just about grand museums and famous works of art, it was also about the joy of discovery, the thrill of stumbling upon hidden gems tucked away in narrow alleyways. In the evenings, I'd find myself drawn to the banks of the Arno River, watching the sunset paint the sky in a breathtaking palette of colours. Section 4, Venetian Symphony, Canals and Gondolas. Venice, the floating city, was like stepping into a fairy tale. The absence of cars, the gentle lapping of water against gondolas, the grandeur of palazzos rising from the canals, all combined to create a sense of enchantment. I arrived by train, and as I stepped out of the station and onto the Grand Canal, I felt my breath catch in my throat. Gondolas glided silently through the water, their gondoliers' voices echoing softly in the air. Of course, no trip to Venice would be complete without a gondola ride. I chose a quiet canal, away from the crowds, and as we glided through the water, I felt a sense of tranquility wash over me. But Venice wasn't just about romantic gondola rides. It was also about getting lost in the labyrinthine streets and discovering hidden squares, charming bridges, and unique shops. I spent hours wandering aimlessly, each turn revealing something new and delightful. The highlight of my time in Venice was witnessing the sunset over the lagoon. From the Rialto Bridge, the sky erupted in a kaleidoscope of colours, casting a golden glow over the city. Section 5, Amalfi Coast, Paradise Found. Leaving the enchanting canals of Venice behind, I ventured southward to the Amalfi Coast, a breathtaking stretch of coastline renowned for its dramatic cliffs, pastel-coloured villages and azure waters. As my bus wound its way along the coastal road, each turn revealed a postcard-worthy view. The scent of lemon trees hung heavy in the air, and the sound of waves crashing against the rocks filled my ears. Positano, with its cascading houses clinging to the cliffs, was my first stop. I spent my days exploring the steep, narrow streets, browsing the colourful boutiques, selling handmade ceramics and flowing linen clothing. The beach, a mixture of sand and pebbles, was the perfect place to relax, soak up the sun, and enjoy the refreshing waters of the Mediterranean. From Positano, I took a boat trip to Capri, an island of legendary beauty. The Blue Grotto, a sea cave illuminated by an ethereal blue light, was a sight to behold. My final stop on the Amalfi Coast was Amalfi itself, a charming town steeped in history. As I watched the sunset over the Tyrrhenian Sea, I knew I would carry the beauty of this place with me long after I returned home. Section 6. Navigating the Italian Adventure. Navigating Italy was surprisingly easy, even for a solo female traveler like myself. The train system was efficient and affordable, connecting major cities with ease. Within cities, I found walking to be the best way to soak up the atmosphere and discover hidden gems. To make the most of my trip, I planned my itinerary loosely, allowing for spontaneity and unexpected adventures. I booked accommodations in advance, opting for a mix of budget-friendly hostels and charming guest houses. One of my favorite tips for saving money was to take advantage of free activities and attractions. Section 7. Overcoming obstacles, embracing la dolce vita. Of course, no trip is without its challenges, and my Italian adventure was no exception. There were times when I felt lost, overwhelmed, or frustrated by the language barrier, but in those moments I learned to embrace the unexpected, to laugh at myself, and to rely on the kindness of strangers. Italians were incredibly warm and welcoming. Even when faced with my limited Italian, they were patient and eager to help. Through these experiences, I learned that the greatest rewards often come from stepping outside of my comfort zone and embracing the unknown. My Italian adventure was more than just a trip, it was a transformative experience that left an indelible mark on my soul. Now, I invite you to share your own Italian dreams. What places capture your imagination? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to chase our travel dreams.